Today on The Real.
One lucky fan is facing the clock
As we play Down to the Wire. Here we go. We want you to win $500.
Let's do this. Plus, we pay tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
He gave us a voice.
This show wouldn't be here today if we didn't have the actions of Dr. King.
The Real.
By saying, Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everyone. We're going to talk more about Dr. King later, but for now, how about we get into a little girl chat, ladies, huh? Y'all ready for girl chat?
I love it.
All right.
Tamara, you look gorgeous.
I do.
I love
That
you in
red
red.
girl is
Thank you,
popping.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Amazing.
much.
Powerful color.
She done put out the red.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. You know what, ladies? I saw this meme on the Shade Room Instagram, and it posed an interesting question. The question was, would you go to church on a first date if you were invited? That's an interesting venue, right?
That's an easy answer.
I would. Yeah.
Adrian?
I absolutely would go on someone to church for a first date. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. A guy I dated, I actually met him in church, and I guess, well, that's not a first date, but I absolutely would go with someone to church on a first date.
Yeah, I think...
Because I feel like that's where we can discuss our first foundation of, like, what this is gonna be about. What do we believe in?
That's a cheap date to me. I'm sorry.
Really?
I like that.
Because it's free. He's not paying nothing, no admission, unless, you know what? The only time I would really check him was when they had the offering. Now, I remember one time I was sitting next to this guy, and...
Did he give you money for the offering?
He didn't give me, it wasn't a date. It was just because it was a guy, and it was single, and I was like, ooh, let me sit next to him.
Okay, so you were checking him out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
church.
Jeannie,
Okay.
I mean, Loni runs the singles ministry, clearly.
And when, the offering came around, right?
Yeah.
He put in $500 without an envelope. Y'all know what I'm talking about. No envelope. That means he didn't put his name on it. I was like, who you be?
That's a good man right there.
Yeah. You guys know my mother.
Yeah.
And when I was dating my boyfriend in college, he was like my first love.
Yeah.
And my mom, she didn't want to waste any time. She was like, okay, if he's gonna hang out with us, hang out with the family, you're gonna have to bring him to church.
Love it.
So our first family outing was at church, but he ruined it, you guys.
What happened?
He fell asleep in church.
Oh my God! No, that's a major
Still to this
fail.
day, but he was my first love.
So your mother was like,
My mom said,
he's not gonna
that's
work.
not the one. It's not gonna work.
Hold on, we gotta give him, okay, he'll spare him a little bit though, because, I mean, there are some churches out there that don't stay according to schedule, you know what I mean?
No,
they just kind of let the
Jeannie,
spirit lead.
no,
4
Jeannie,
hours
all of a sudden
later.
you see the sun go down. I mean, it's past your lunch hour.
No. This was a Pentecostal church, so it was not boring at all.
Oh.
There's a lot of, dancing and all of this. And, oh gosh, she's gonna know I'm talking about him, because I only dated one 6'7" dude, you guys. So he was 6'7", so he was really tall. You couldn't miss him. He didn't fall asleep this way. He fell asleep this way, like.
Oh my God.
Still
the
to this
headband.
day, my sister's like, you knew it wasn't gonna work out. The dude fell asleep in church. They won't let me. They won't let me forget
I think that's just the Lord was trying to tell you that wasn't the right person.
Yeah,
for you.
absolutely.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's my point. That's why it's good. You need to be in the service, and you need to be feeling the spirit and be like, Lord, guide me and lead me.
Yes.
Tell me if this is not the man that I'm supposed to be with. Let lightning strike from above.
Go ahead.
I do like to see how a guy is in church, you know?
Yeah.
Is he friendly to everybody? Like when you're supposed to turn around and say hello to your neighbor, is he just like, what's up? you know, that's nothing. He's got to be like, brother, bring it in.
Yes.
Like, I want a friendly guy who has love for everybody. I want a guy who knows the words to the song and like moves a little bit. Not,
Or
you know,
lifts up their hands.
Yeah.
To see a guy like lift up his hands.
I'm
that is
sorry.
awesome.
It's a good place to get to know people.
Yeah, especially he's not ashamed.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I-
surrendering.
No,
Trust me,
no,
guys.
I need a date, a place where I can actually see the man. I can see his physical. I can see his
They
competition.
have great lights in church.
No, I'm talking about, no. You know what's a good first date?
Where?
Bowling. Bowling is a good first
Why do
date.
you like to go
Yes,
bowling?
because you can, while he's bowling, you can sit down, you can like, yeah.
That is a good point.
I got a better place. Okay. This is not easy to arrange, but I think this is the best place to actually see how a person really is.
What?
It's on the airplane.
Really?
Yes. Because think about it. You see how they treat the people after long hours when they're most tired or most restless. You see how they treat a flight attendant. You see when the plane lands, how they get up. Are they cleaning their seat? Do they leave their blankets all over the place? Do they leave their trash in the back of the pocket? Do they help the old ladies get their bags?
No. I will never get a second date if I went on a first date.
You can tell so much when you watch
Who's
somebody
doing
get
that first
Where
date?
are you on a
going?
plane with me? I'm like, no.
Where are you
no,
going?
Jesus,
Jeannie.
wait. Hold on. Like, they'll never go on a second date with me.
Jeannie, where are you going on a plane on the first date?
I'm saying it's hard to arrange, but that's where I people watch. On the plane is where I people watch, and I like people who fold their blankets and put it away. I like you to actually throw the trash away when the little lady comes around and you want to throw away your trash. I like people who help me with my bag. Take it down. Thank you so much,
You
sir.
sleep. You find
go
out
on
if they
first.
snore.
You go on first, and then you walk out next.
That's
Like,
not
I
a
like-
first date, G.
But I'm saying that's a good place to get to know people. On an airplane, you should know you're practically hooking up your friend and her future husband.
Okay, now that
Come
is
on.
a really good point.
This is a true love
So-
story.
That wasn't a first date. That was a meeting.
Yeah, that's how they met.
That's
how
what
they
you're
met.
saying, right, Jeannie? How to meet
a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
how to
not
know.
the first date, but like maybe y'all plan a trip and then you see how he acts.
Absolutely, you should
Okay,
travel
okay,
with the person.
yes.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah. But what do
Well-
you think is a good first date?
Well, I didn't mind the church. Going to church.
I like
All
the
right.
church.
Better
What's
than
the
a
best
strip
first date
club.
you ever had, Lonnie?
The church.
What's the best first date you ever had, Lonnie?
Bowling. That's what
Bowling?
I'm telling you.
Best first date? I actually was taken to the circus on a first date.
Really?
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we were friends before we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And before we started dating, and we were in a New York City cab, and a commercial came on for Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Shout out to New York. Hey! Okay, so we were in the taxi, and I was like, man, can you believe I'm from New York City, and I've never been to a circus before? In passing, he ends up telling me, hey, I need you from this time to this time. We kind of worked together, and I thought I was gonna just do some work for him, like a job or something. And it actually ended up, he surprised me with tickets to the circus. And I actually sat in, you know that in part where you get to actually be a part of it? They like throw you balls or whatever and you interact. And I thought that was a really
He spent some
thoughtful-
money on that, too.
Yeah, I had good seats.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Good seat.
I was in the ring. Well, from first dates to love at first sight, you guys. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, the FYI series, Married at First Sight, is back for a third season, you guys, with 2 successful marriages under its belt.
Wow. Oh, that's
Now,
great.
some people think that anyone willing to get married to a stranger is crazy. But is there a method to the madness? Lonnie, you just said you believe in love at first sight. Would you ever marry a stranger?
I married a stranger and I was divorced 6 months later. So that
Wait, he was not a stranger, was he?
He was not a stranger, Lonnie.
practically.
Wait, how long did you guys know each other before you got married?
About 2 years.
Oh,
Why do you-
okay.
why
But
did
you gotta understand, we never spent a lot of time together because we were always separated because he was in the army and then I was traveling around and everything. But I will say this. When I was an engineer, I had a manager who was Indian and he had an arranged marriage. And I was always fascinated because him and his wife had been together for 40 years.
Oh, my God.
And actually, both of their parents picked them out. They didn't even see each other until their wedding day. And I was
Wow.
like, you know, when they lift that veil, was you afraid she was gonna look like a tree monster? You know?
Yeah.
But that's real.
But,
still
but
happens
he
today.
said he trusted his parents.
Yeah.
He knew that his parents knew him, of course, you know, and they were together for like, they're still together. Sunil, hey, shout out to my
that's great.
ex-boss, Sunil, you know. But the question I asked because they weren't in love. And he said, but the love came later. That's
okay,
what it was.
that was my question. Are they truly in love and are they happily married?
See, but
They're
I think
happily married and got kids and everything.
I think there's a difference between what we make love to be today and what love is when it's a choice and it's something you stick to back in the days. Meaning,
Yes.
I
Old
know in
school
my
love.
culture, there's some loves where you choose to make it work, like in those arranged marriages. So therefore, you have no choice. That's my woman. We are saying I do. Boom. Shalakalaka, it's done. Like you can't do anything about it. You choose that. Whereas we are more Americanized. We're a little bit more like, do I still feel like I'm in love with them? Is there still chemistry? Is there still
so many
magic?
options.
If it's not working.
Yeah, and some of those old school marriages, there's no other option. They don't think about divorce.
And they didn't have Facebook and them old school options. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's for real.
I've got to give it to people who do have arranged marriages because for me, I don't know. My mom, she always said, Tamara, you truly don't know a person like completely unless you've been with them for maybe 3 years and then you really know a person actually once you get married.
Yeah.
Because that's when things really start to come out.
Yeah.
So
Or
for
live
me,
together.
Yes, yeah. So for me, I was raised, I believe in lust at first sight. I believe true love happens once the infatuation stage ends because you fight well, you know who the person is, you know their ins and their outs, and you choose to love them anyway.
Right.
So to me, that's true love, and that just takes a little bit more time.
And work.
You have to truly know the person to say, oh my
what
gosh,
did
I truly,
Mariah
truly
say?
love this person.
Love takes time. That's
To
what
heal.
Mariah
Heal
said.
when it's hurting so
Love
much.
takes
Yes.
time.
Thank you,
Question
Mariah.
though. You guys actually put me onto the book, The Five Signs,
five
Five
love
Love Languages.
languages.
So they put me onto this book and I actually read it and I found it so fascinating. It actually talked about the in-love experience. Have you guys heard of this? There's an actual chemical that is in our bodies. I did not know this. You guys are gonna love this.
This is so cool.
Did you know this?
No, I know. I can't believe you read it. I didn't know.
Yes,
that you
because you
actually
guys told me.
Sometimes she's like, okay, yeah, we'll read it. She actually took the time.
You know that I'm obsessed with reading.
I know, but I didn't know you actually finished reading it.
No,
All day long,
yes.
Jeannie.
So I read it last season. Okay, all that to say that in the book, pretty much it says that we have a chemical as like mammals and a little animalistic in it that actually has the need to find somebody else. And when you find that person, there's a chemical that comes out in your body, and that chemical lasts legit, like scientifically, 2 to 3 years.
Yes,
2 to 3 years. And after the 2 to 3 years, that's when the in-love experience ends, and that's when real love has to happen.
Right.
So if you can be in a relationship for longer than 2 or 3 years, that's when you find out if this is gonna work or not, and if it's real love or if it was just the in-love experience.
Well, I got a chemical too, but that is... I gotta be careful about that
What
chemical.
are you talking about,
What chemical
Lonnie?
is that?
What's your chemical? Okay. Are you gonna tell us what the chemical is?
It's called brown liquor. You better be careful with that.
Let's take a break.
All right, let's get right back into it. Because today is January 18th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we thought it best to pay tribute to Dr. King by talking about how far we've come, largely in part because of his painstaking efforts to bring racial equality to the United States. The truth is, we have come so far, yes. And I want to talk about that. He had a dream, and has his dream actually come true? Loni, what does Dr. King's legacy mean to you?
Well, you know, when I was a college student, his late daughter, Yolanda King, came to our college to speak, and I had the honor of having dinner with her.
Oh, wow.
And she shared some amazing stories about her father. But she said the main thing that Dr. King wanted was equality for all people.
Yes.
He just wanted everyone to have a chance. And we're coming a long way. But, you know, think about it. This show wouldn't be here today if we didn't have the actions of Dr. King and the civil rights workers. Absolutely. You know, because of the passage of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, you know, discrimination, you know, is outlawed. I mean, your mother coming from her country and able to come here, you know, your parents being able to live, you know, in a place wherever they wanted, you know, my mother, you know, and, you know, the things that we did but you really, your mother and father being able to come together.
At one point, it was illegal for them to be married.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just a testament. I think that everybody in this audience, especially too, I think you all, have been, I think sometimes we forget what Dr. King has done, but if it wasn't for him and for all the other civil rights workers, we wouldn't even be here like this. We would not.
You would not be sitting next to the person that's sitting next to you. You wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah.
And I look into this audience and I see such a beautiful blend of faces, and we sit up here, and it's just awesome how he gave us a voice.
Yes.
I remember when I first listened to his speech, and there was so much to it. You can't just listen to it. You actually have to sit down and look at it and read it and break it apart. And I remember there were so many big words in it for me to understand at the time that I broke it down and I actually translated it in Vietnamese so that I could understand it and that my family could marinate in what his words meant. And I actually took a little part from my report that I wrote when I was younger.
Okay.
And this is a part, this really struck to me because he was so ahead of his time that this is actually exactly what we're going through right now. He said, "But there is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. Dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force." How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
And I think about what's going on right now, and are we going to war? Are we not? I'm sorry to get honest about this, but when our country, our world has come into crisis, you feel the hate start to simmer up, and you feel the specifics towards different groups start to come up, and you feel the blocking off of ourselves towards our people, and then the racism, the potential for it to begin again. And that's the last thing we want to happen. He started a path of freedom and love, and we need to somehow continue that and nurture the seeds that he sowed.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
I have to say, you know what I love about this show, and what I love about the show that I just see just growing with the viewership that we have, is that yes, we are women of color here, and we represent women of color. But when people watch us, they don't only just see color. They see these amazing different personalities that represent any woman that might have the same personality as we do. And that's beautiful.
Now, you guys have been filling up my inbox, sending in questions from your heart. Now, I think it's time for me to serve up some advice. It's time for Loni's Love Corner!
All right, Loni.
Okay.
Our first question comes from Kay, who watches us on Fox 11 in Downey, California. She writes, "Dear Loni, I recently broke up with my son's father after 6 years because he cheated. Financially, he's a provider to our 2-year-old son, but he won't spend time with him. I'm still in love with my ex and want him to be a father to our son. What should I do?"
Girl, it's an old song by the Spinners. Google it. It's called Love Don't Love Nobody, okay? Understand that. He cheated on you. He don't want to spend time with you and your baby. You know what? You go out and find you a new baby. I know it might hurt, but you need to take it away. It's been 6 years, girl. Sometimes you just got to cut it loose and try to find something else for yourself and for your son's sake. So good luck, girl, but let that one go. Sorry.
That's good, Loni.
That's the best
real.
thing you
It's
can
the
do.
best thing sometimes.
Okay, Loni, we also have someone in our audience who says she needs your help.
Okay.
Linnea Voorhees. Where are you at? Oh, hi. You look gorgeous. Hi, Linnea.
Hi.
So how are you doing? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Fontana, California.
Okay. And what's your question for Loni?
Loni, I'm 42 years old. I have approximately a little 19 years of law experience. At work, when I'm in uniform, I have no problem talking to men. But in my private life, I get really shy and very nervous. And I've never been married. And I'd like to find a special someone. What should I do?
Okay, you're in law enforcement, and when you wear your uniform, you can speak to a man, but when you're out of it, you know what? You need to go to the club with your uniform on. That's what I would do.
Not looking like a
Oh,
cop.
at least
I'm kidding.
something like it, a button.
You know, you're beautiful. Can I say
are.
that? To be
You
42,
are.
Thank you.
lovely.
You look so young.
I would suggest that you need to practice with someone. If you have like a family member that you could talk to, because what you need is a wingman. That's what you need. You need a really good wingman. So if maybe because you're in law enforcement, there's plenty of men in law enforcement that maybe you don't have to talk to, but you can act. You know, they could be like your brother, or you know, develop a friendship and let him know that maybe he can be your wingman to get you to talking and being okay with speaking to males outside of that uniform. Or if you got a really good girlfriend that knows how to do it, and maybe we could do a field shoot with you, and maybe me and you can go out, and I'll be your wing woman. What about that, huh?
That would be perfect.
You would love that.
Yeah, we'll go out. Okay.
She's a great icebreaker, I'll tell you that.
That's what we need to do.
Especially if he's fine. I find a man for you, girl. Like,
Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen.
If I can suggest a little thing too. You put on that uniform every day. You know how it feels, right? You know exactly how to put that name tag on. You know what your job is. You know how it feels to be in that empowering uniform. Take that and place it in your mind, the next outfit you put on. You've played dress up before. All women have.
Yep.
You can play dress up with your mind in whatever you put on. You can dress yourself up in whatever empowering uniform you need to have to channel the man you want.
That's a good idea.
So even in this outfit, pretend it's that uniform and you march right up to that man and you do whatever it takes to get that man to know who it is that you are.
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Good luck, girl.
Thank you.
Lonnie, our next question comes from Rebecca in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. She watches The Real every day on Fox 6, and she's here with us live to ask her question. Rebecca, where you at?
Hi.
Here we go. Look at her.
This is Loni. I'm very excited to be here. So my question for you is, me and my boyfriend have been together for going on 3 years now, and he's an amazing guy, and we have a really good relationship. But it's been kind of hard to get him to try new things like dancing or ice skating or, you know, laser tag. So I was wondering what I could do to get him to step out of his comfort zone and be willing to try something new.
Look, Rebecca. Go by yourself, okay? If he don't want to go with you, you go by yourself. You go take that dance class, you go ice skating. You don't stop your life because he don't want to. And when he see that you having fun, he gonna come along and join you. That's what he's gonna do. Exactly.
Like, what is she doing? Why
And when
is she
you
always...
come back home, say, you know, oh, I had so much fun, and I met a guy, and he'll be like, oh, I'll be there next year. He'll be right on those ice skates.
That is
Seriously.
so true.
That is,
So
Lonnie.
good luck, Rebecca.
That's a good
Thank
one,
you
Lonnie.
so
That
much
was
for your
great.
question.
Thank
Lonnie,
you so much.
you always come through with some good advice.
Yes,
I
you
try
do.
hard.
You do.
So it's the dead of winter and we're all freezing, right?
Yes.
So we grab some layers and pile them on to face the cold until a quick look in the mirror stops us dead in our tracks. Why do our stay warm layers make us look like we should stay inside forever? Well, today we're heating things up with some warm-up tricks that are still actually very fashionable, I promise. Who's ready for some sneaky thermals? So Lonnie, what's our first look?
Well, Jeannie, just when we think ripped jeans are going out of style, they prove that they are here to stay. Want to rock all the winter and stay warm at the same time? Let's see the sneaky solution. Come on out here, girl.
Cute. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Check out how she's still wearing our favorite ripped jeans look, but adding in both warmth and fashion with a pair of patent thermal leggings. Now, these leggings are from Ross. They only cost $5.99.
What?
That's it. Your legs will never get goosebumps with these. Look, that's fashionable.
I
Get it,
love
girl.
it. So cute.
That is cute.
I would totally rock that.
You sure
Yeah.
would.
Yes.
That's super cute.
Now, we've all got that cute, strappy summer dress that we'd wish we could wear in the colder months, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're winterfying that dress with our next thermal look. Come on out! That's so cute! To stay warm in a strappy dress, we've layered her up with a bodysuit from H&M that costs only $49.
Wow.
Along with $12 wool tights from Macy's. It's the perfect way to add warm layers without adding too much bulk.
Wow.
You know?
Nice.
I would totally rock that.
That's a you outfit.
That's totally
That
me.
is so you.
I love it.
And finally, we're making sure you never have to throw on a heavy sweatshirt and ruin a cute outfit just to stay warm ever again. Come on out, girl. Yes! It looks like she's just wearing an adorable sweater, but we've saved the best sneaky thermal, you guys, for last. What do you have underneath that cardigan? That's right, you guys. It's a thermal with lace sleeve cuffs for the ultimate fashion statement.
Oh,
So cute.
Nice.
And this thermal is $98 from Free People. Ah, I think that is so cute, you guys.
cute.
It is cute.
Make sure you push up your sweater sleeves so that you can just see, you know, like a little bit of the sneaky thermal underneath.
Wow.
See? And now you guys know there were so many trendy options to stay warm this winter, right? We promise.
I think I can speak for all of my lovely co-hosts when I say that we are beyond blessed to have some of the greatest fans ever. We love you guys so much you have no idea. So to honor you today, we're going to put one of you in the hot seat for the chance to win some cold hard cash. All you have to do is demonstrate your knowledge of the real in a fun trivia game we call Down to the Wire.
Ow.
Okay, here's how to play. We'll quiz our lucky fan on things we've done on the show this season. Now, the more questions they get right, the more money they win. Each question is worth a different dollar amount, and in total, they can win up to $500. What? There's a catch.
Uh-oh.
With every question, they'll have less and less time to answer. Now, all we need is our loyal superfan. Jeannie, who's it gonna be?
All right, Aid. We got the one super fan in the house. Where is Carlina Williams? There she is! Come on down here. Let's play Down to the Wire. Yo! You even wore show color. Look at this. Okay, Carlina, where are you from?
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville.
Thank you.
Whoa.
And look,
My
did you
aunt
wear
is from
show
that.
color? Did you wear purple for us?
Of course.
Thank you. You're a real fan. Okay, have you really watched the whole season?
Yes.
You think you know all the details about every episode?
I think I do.
Okay, here we go. We want you to win $500.
Let's do this.
Lights, please. For the first question, you have 10 seconds to answer.
Okay.
If you get it right, we'll give you $50.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, the clock starts once I finish the question.
Okay.
Give me 10 seconds on the clock, por favor. This season, we learned to bounce from what New Orleans diva?
Bounce from New Orleans diva. Oh gosh, is it Erykah Badu? No? I don't know. New Orleans. Big, I don't know.
Oh, you were close. It was Big Frida.
Oh.
You know Big Frida? All right. But
Okay.
that's okay because you have 3 more chances to win
Okay.
the money, okay? 8.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, Adrian, you gotta help me out here.
Focus. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, for this question right here, you'll have 7 seconds to answer, and
Okay.
it's worth $100.
Okay.
What item did Erykah Badu receive from us as a gift for coming on the show?
It was a hat.
That's right! All right, girl, you just won $100. Good job.
Good job.
Right. Wrong now.
Okay.
All right. This next question is worth $150, but you only have 5 seconds to answer. So
Okay.
pay close attention. Which host has Zen time in the car on her way to the set, to the reel?
Tamara.
Yes! You got it! $150 in the bank, girl. Good job.
High five, high five, high five, high five. Okay. All right.
All
This
right.
last question is worth $200, but you'll only have 3 seconds to answer. All right. Name the game we play that pays your bills.
Get your bills paid. Pay your bills. Bills paid. Pay your bills. Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Bills,
correct
bills,
answer was bills, bills,
Oh,
bills. Paulina.
Okay.
You did prove you are a loyal fan,
Okay.
and because of it, you're walking away with $250. Are you pressed for new ideas because you've cycled through all your usual meals?
Yes.
Well, it's time to hang those old recipes out to dry and take some new ones for a spin. Today, we're gonna load up on different ways to put your panini press and waffle iron to work. My husband Adam is gonna love this. This is Permanent Press Express Cooking. So, let's kick this off with a hearty breakfast you can make right in your panini press. Adrian, I see you over there. Talk to me.
Well, Tamara, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, yet it can be such a chore. But if you use a panini press, you can make cooking and cleaning a cinch. Here's how to make eggs and bacon in the press. So all you have to do is add a couple slices of bacon, just like this. You're gonna lay it down like that, right?
Oh my God, I forget that you can just put bacon.
Yeah, it literally works like
Yeah.
a grill, you guys. So you just lay it down like this, and you're gonna let that cook for about a minute. Then you're gonna crack an egg open.
Look at you go,
Shut up.
Adrian.
One-handed,
A
Adrian.
one-hand crack.
You're gonna crack it onto the press, and you're actually gonna add a touch of salt and pepper. Like
Look
that.
at my skin.
Look at that. Look at that domestic, baby. Now, if you don't want the eggs to drip all over onto your bacon, then all you have to do is just arrange it so that the slices of bacon are on the opposite side of the press, away from your eggs. Now, since there's heat on both sides, it cooks so much faster, and you only need to clean this when you're done. Just one rinse cycle. Now, after a couple of minutes, here's your breakfast panini style. Let's dig in.
Wow. It's
I
perfect.
love that idea.
It looks
Do you see
perfect.
that? That is perfection right there.
Wait, and it actually has little grill lines on the bottom.
I
That's
know.
so cool. Thanks,
Yes.
Jade.
Thank you.
One egg, please. Yum.
Yummy.
All right.
Yum, 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 yum.
Love it.
Yum, yum, yum,
Hey, that's so easy. Super quick and convenient way to make breakfast. Lonnie, what are you ironing over there?
Well, Jeannie, you can be creative with your waffle iron, too. Instead of waffling around, you can make a good use with it with this. Brownies. You can make brownies with it. Yes, you can. All you have to do is take a box of brownie mix, 2/3 cup of canola oil, and 2 eggs. Standard thing. Make sure your waffle iron is hot. Spray that for me, Munchkin.
Yep.
Okay? Mix it real well.
I'm a good sous chef.
And then, you just put it into the waffle iron. Now, you can make them a full-size waffle, or you can, put the batter in smaller portions to make mini brownies. And I don't like getting messy.
So it's going to be a brownie or a waffle?
It's going to be a brownie waffle.
A brothel.
A brothel.
Doesn't that
Okay,
sound like
Jeannie.
a brothel?
Yeah, I don't want
no,
that one.
No, that sounds like a brothel.
A wowie.
Whatever you want,
I
Jeannie,
like a
whatever you
wound.
want.
A brownie.
You
A
bake it for
brownie.
5 to 10 minutes until they're cooked. And that's about half the time they take when you bake in your oven. And then this is what is going to happen. It's going to come out like that. Like that. Now, I'm going to let you guys taste it, but I like to add a little ice cream and make it a la mode. Ooh. Yeah, that's even better.
Ooh.
So,
Oh my gosh.
yes,
That's
you
for
can
you.
do it.
Wow.
You get a little ice cream with that. And there you have it.
This is good. This
Guys, this is legit a brownie.
Yeah, genius.
I told y'all. What do you think I'm doing?
Yeah, but it's a brownie,